Very good. Good afternoon, folks. My name is Kurt Hitzemann, County Court Judge here in Hernando County. You folks are here for your first appearance. The purpose of the first appearance is so that you may be informed of the charges against you. I'll determine if probable cause exists for those charges. Probable cause simply means it's more likely than not that a crime has occurred, more likely than not that you're the person who committed that crime. Of course, as you stand before me today, I presume that you're innocent to these allegations. That presumption of innocence will stay with you through every stage of the proceedings unless and until the state attorney's office is able to prove the charges against you beyond and to the exclusion of a reasonable doubt. I'll set your conditions of pretrial release today, that is your bail or your bond. In most cases, you've had a bond set already pursuant to the bond schedule here in the 5th Judicial Circuit or the warrant which led to your arrest. I'll determine if that bond should be raised or lowered or left the same, or whether there'll be additional conditions of pretrial release placed upon you. We'll let you know when your next court date will be, and if you'd like to have the services of the public defender, I'll gladly appoint the PD to represent you this afternoon. You do have a right to have contact with folks on the outside, family, friends, counsel. If you have not had a chance to make that call, please let me know. We'll make sure that that happens. Finally, and most importantly, you're advised that you do have an absolute right to remain silent with regard to the facts which surround your arrest. I encourage you to do that. These proceedings are recorded. In addition, there is an assistant state attorney in the courtroom with me. If you say something that tends to incriminate you, they will use it against you in the prosecution down the road. Now I need each and every one of you there at the jail to please raise your right hands and be sworn. Y'all solemnly swear affirm, tell the truth, whole truth, none but the truth. Outstanding. When I call your name, please step forward to the podium. Mark Glasson.
There's an offer of 2 days' time, sir.
Okay, good. All right, Mark, what's your date of birth?
10/16/84.
All right, Mark, you're here on a warrant signed by Judge Rupi. Apparently you failed to appear at her court on a charge of driving on a suspended license. If you'd like to resolve the case today, you can plead no contest. I'd sentence you to 2 days' time served. We'd assess a fine. You'd be out of jail today, and this case would be over. Does that sound like something you'd like to do?
Yes, sir, it does.
Very good. You understand by entering a plea today, you give up the right to have a trial by jury, the right to confront the witnesses against you, the right to remain silent, the right to have a lawyer represent you, but you're willing to give up those rights so we can resolve this case today?
Yes, sir.
Case number 17 CT 115 as to the charge that you drove knowing your license was suspended or revoked. How do you wish to plead? You may plead no contest.
Yes, sir. No
I'll accept that plea, find that it was freely and voluntarily made. I will adjudicate you guilty of the charge, sentence you to 2 days in the county jail, credit 2 days served. Fine and court costs will be $488 and your cost of incarceration, but that takes care of it, sir. If there's nothing else keeping you in the jail, you will be released today, all right?
Thank you very much.
Very good. Good luck.
All right.
Megan Allen. Morning, Megan. What's your date of birth?
3/15/86.
Megan, I've got a number of issues for you. First is a warrant signed by Judge Barbie. He found probable cause for an organized fraud. And I have 2 warrants signed by Judge Toner. In each of those cases, he found probable cause for violation of probation. Finally, we have an arrest for obstruction. So there's probable cause all the way around. As to those charges, Megan, you're going to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
A public defender?
I'm going to appoint the public defender in each and every one of your cases. On the organized fraud, I'll leave the bond per the warrant, which is $2,500. I'm going to move that case to the 2nd of August. They told you the 12th. We're going to move it to the 2nd. On the 2 VOPs, I'll appoint the PD. The bonds on those are no bond. I'm not going to change those. However, both of those I'm going to move to the 2nd of August. Then finally, with the new misdemeanor, I'll leave the bond per the schedule, which is $1,000. Appoint the public defender. That one's coming back on the 2nd of August as well, but in front of Judge Rupi. All the other cases are in front of Judge Toner. Public defender is going to come out and see you at the jail about all of your cases before they go back to court. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Crystal Barrett. Afternoon, Crystal. What's your date of birth?
2/6.
It's a time served 2 day offer.
Crystal, you're here on a warrant I signed. Apparently you failed to appear in my court on a driving on a suspended license charge. State's offering you time served to resolve the case today. You'll be out of jail today. This case is over. Is that something you'd like to do?
Yes.
Very good. You understand by entering a plea today, you give up the right to have a trial by jury, the right to confront the witnesses against you, the right to remain silent, the right to have a lawyer represent you, but you want to give up those rights so we can resolve this today?
Yes.
Case number 19 CT 1702. As to the charge which you drove knowing your license had been suspended or revoked, how do you wish to plead? You can plead no contest.
No contest.
I'll accept that plea, find it was freely and voluntarily made. I will adjudicate you guilty of the charge, sentence you to 2 days, credit 2 days. Fine court cost is $488 and your cost of incarceration. But that takes care of it, Crystal. If there's nothing else keeping you in the jail, you will be released today, all right?
Okay.
Very good. Frank Harris. Morning, sir. What's your date of birth?
11/15/5.
Charge is driving on a suspended license. There's probable cause for the charge. As to that charge, you're going to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Well, take care of it today.
Well, you don't want to do that because apparently you're on felony probation right now. Is that right?
I thought you only advised me of the one charge.
What was that?
You only advised me of that one charge so far.
I know he only advised you of that one charge. You haven't been charged with violating your probation, but you are on felony probation right now, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, which means if you take a plea to this charge, you not only will have admitted that you violated your felony probation, you'll no longer have any defenses, and when they arrest you for the VOP, which I promise you they will, you'll just be stuck with sentencing by whatever judge it is. Do you understand that?
Okay.
Okay.
PD.
There you go. All right. And then, Rich, do you have any idea what's going on as far as the VOP is concerned?
Your Honor, I have no idea.
Okay.
This is here.
Because I can't hold him no bond on a pending warrant.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, what other history?
Your Honor,
Yes.
he was PC arrested. He'll be going to first appearance for the VOP tomorrow.
Oh, there it is. So that's already there. Okay. So if I can set a bond on this, but he can't get out because of the PC arrest on the VOP, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Looks like they filed it as a felony.
Well, they do that on these.
I understand.
Although
Will that
that's
be reasonable?
coming to an end soon, change in the legislature. That you're going to have to arrest them as misdemeanors and figure it out from there.
Wow.
Yes. However, now interestingly enough, a third conviction for Willis of any kind over any period of time will require 10 days in the county jail.
Get out of minimum mandatory.
On a third over any length of time. All right, I'm gonna. So there you go. So Mr. Harris, the VOP is there. We'll talk about that on the weekend. I guess they'll talk about it with you. On this one, I'm going to set a bond of $2,500. This is coming back August 2nd, and we'll be dealing with the first appearance on the VOP tomorrow, I think. Thank you.
Thank you.
Matthew Main. Afternoon, Matthew. What's your date of birth?
10/23/91.
All right. Matthew got a warrant here today, signed by Judge Barbie. He found probable cause for one count of organized fraud. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender, son.
I'll appoint the PD. Mr. Main was on my docket this morning. He wasn't here, obviously. He was there.
Well, I was in.
Right. That's okay. We'll figure it out. So I'm going to appoint the PD on this. And I think our dates don't line up for Matthew. Let's see. That was 5/12. This one is 5/27. Okay. All right. So on this charge, Matthew, I'm going to leave the bond per the warrant, which is $2,500. This case, it's coming back on August 12th. Do you know, Rich, if there was an offer in the misdemeanor, or do you not know?
No idea, Judge.
Okay. And then the misdemeanor case, which is 19 MM 1916. Either you two misdemeanor lawyers remember what you might have offered Matthew Main? He was FTA this morning because he was in the jail. Probably. If you don't, I get that.
I do not, Your Honor, but we have our computers outside. If you would give us a moment, I can pull up computer.
Yeah, let's take a look, would you? Because I got him here.
Absolutely.
So, Matthew, have a seat. We may be able to take care of that misdemeanor for you, all right?
Thank you.
Yep. Lee Pettit? Morning, sir. What's your date of birth?
09/10/1997.
Pettit, I have a warrant for you signed by Judge Merritt. Apparently you failed to appear in his court for sentencing on a charge of battery on a person 65 or older. Were you represented by the PD in that case, Lee?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to continue that appointment. Judge Merritt set the bond at $25,000. I'm not going to change that. I'll have you back in front of him on August 12th.
Your Honor,
Yep.
we asked for August 13th.
August 13th. Still Judge Merritt.
Yes, Your Honor.
And the PD will come see you before then. If you don't bond out, if you do bond out, you should contact him right away, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Joseph Sizemore. Afternoon, sir. What's your date of birth?
8/29/79.
All right, Joe, you're hearing a warrant signed by Judge Merritt. He found probable cause for violation of probation. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire a private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender, please.
I'll appoint the PD. Bond on that warrant is no bond. I can't change that. Send you back to see Judge Merritt on the 12th of August. Public defender will come see you before that, all right?
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Michael Wine. Afternoon, sir. What's your date of birth?
5487.
Michael, you're also hearing a warrant signed by Judge Merritt. He also found probable cause for the VOP. As to that charge, you're going to represent yourself. You're going to hire a private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender.
I'll appoint the PD. Bond on the warrant is no bond. I'll have you back to see Judge Merritt on August 12th. PD will come see you before that, okay?
All right, thank you.
You. Christopher Wildman. Afternoon, sir. What's your date of birth?
5874.
Charge is driving under the influence. There's probable cause for the charge. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire a private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
I want a public defender, Your Honor, but I did a breathalyzer and I came in under the legal limit.
Yeah, well, you don't have to be over the legal limit to be DUI. I'll point the PD. What else you got, Steve?
I'm sorry, Your Honor, I don't have a history in front of me.
Okay. And, sir, I've got an address for you on Fort Dade Avenue in Brooksville. Is that where you live?
Yes, sir.
How long you been there?
About 5 years.
You have a job these days?
No, sir, I don't. I'm a stay-at-home dad.
Okay. All right. And he does have an open petty theft, Rich. I'm not going to RCO him given the facts of the arrest here. We'll wait and see. And let's see. No. And that's coming back August 1st. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to set your bond at $500. I'm going to have you back. I'm going to make it the 1st of August, Christopher, because that's where your other case is. And they'll both be back 1st of August, 9 a.m. You should contact the PD if you get out, all right?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Okay. All these misdemeanor cases that say 8-2 on them for arraignment date also say courtroom C.
I found that out yesterday. Apparently Judge Ruby took the following Friday off, so she scheduled her arraignments for the same day as yours as well. Joy.
Just to be confusing.
Yes. So that 1 week is split.
So how do we know where they're going? Just by the courtroom number
Yes.
or letter. How do they know? How do they know where?
To be here or there.
It should be on their page of that paper.
I understand that, but how's the jail deciding whether they go to B or C?
I think they're all supposed to go to B.
Yeah, you do. Okay.
B before C, right?
That should
Your
be.
rest calendar, I saw everything from Wednesday on went to C, and Tuesday prior was going to be.
I'll just come to work that day. Dennis Yepko. Dennis, afternoon. What's your date of birth?
3/23/76.
Dennis, you're here on a warrant signed by Judge Angelitis for Judge Merritt, it would appear. Apparently you failed to appear in court on May 31st on a charge of fraudulent use of a credit card. As to that charge, you're going to represent yourself. You're going to hire a private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Your Honor, I was out of bond. I had Barbara Jo Bell, and the state did have an offer for me.
Okay,
I
well,
just signed it.
hang on. I'm going to continue the appointment, and then, Maria, what is the very next day in time that I could send Mr. Yefko to see Judge Merritt? Does he have criminal court next week? Do you know? I don't know. Not your deal.
We have trials next week, so.
That means you'll be in court.
We'll be there Monday, that's for certain.
Monday?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm going to do that, because this is one of those no bond FDAs.
Yes, sir.
My compromise is that I leave it at no bond and send it there next day. All right. So, Mr. Yefko, the bond on your warrant is no bond. I'm not going to change that. I am going to send you to see Judge Merritt on Monday, which is
Yes, sir. Thank you.
the 15th at 9 a.m., so that Judge Merritt can address your bond situation, all right?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you. Michael Rogers. Afternoon, Michael. What's your date of birth?
8/27/90.
Michael, you're here in a warrant signed by Judge Tonry, found probable cause for a retail theft. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire a private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender.
I'll appoint the PD. State, what can you tell me?
2005 misdemeanor battery conviction. 2005 burglary of a dwelling conviction. Times just that one, but then the grand theft auto 2005 conviction. Petty theft conviction 2009. For dwelling 2011 conviction. Grand theft 2014 conviction, so this can be a felony.
Right.
Paraphernalia in 2015. Petty theft 2015. This is emergent 2015. Petty theft again later on in 2015. That's all I'm showing, Judge.
Okay. Michael, I've got an address for you on Jean Street in Hudson. Is that where you live now?
Yes, sir.
Do you have a job these days?
No, sir.
You can leave the bond at the $1,000. I'll have you back in court on the 2nd of August. Very important that you contact the PD if you get out, all right?
Sir.
Very good. And then you got a resolution on Mr. Maine's petty theft.
Well, Matthew Main has been busy. He has been driving charged too, and Judge Ruby's for as well as the fraud that he had the warrant for. The original offer was,
I don't want the original offer then. Give me a jail offer to resolve the 2 misdemeanors.
60 days.
Okay. All right, so Matthew, here's where you're at. You got this new fraud charge, which is a felony. And I set your bond on that. The other 2 cases you have, the driving on a suspended license and the petty theft, those are cases, certainly the one of them, the petty theft, predates the allegations on the fraud charge. What that means is I can revoke your bond on that charge and hold you without bond until you get back in court on that one, which at this point will be the 15th of August. If you want to resolve both of those misdemeanors right now, you can do that. The offer is 60 days in the county jail. You don't have to take that. Obviously, you'll be back in court on the misdemeanors in less than 60 days. But either way, you're not going to be in a position to bond out today, because if you don't take the 60 days, I'm going to revoke your bond on the petty theft and you're not getting out. So you want to take the 60 days and resolve those, or do you want to wait and talk to PD before you do that?
I'll take the 60.
All right. You understand by having pleas in those cases, you give up the right to have a trial by jury, the right to confront the witnesses against you, right to remain silent, but you want to give up those rights so we can take care of those today?
Yeah.
All right. Case number 19MM1916 as to the charge of petty theft. How do you wish to plead? You can plead no contest. You can plead no contest?
Yes.
Accept the plea, find it's freely and voluntarily made. I will adjudicate you guilty of the charge. Let's see. Here's a bond. Hang on one second. You see, Ben, what his front end time of the theft was? You got
He had 1 day on that.
just one, looks like two to me.
Okay.
All right. Any time on the CT case?
Let's. He was. We don't have a
Okay.
arrest affidavit.
Okay, I got it then. All right, so on the petty theft, I'll adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 60 with credit for 4 days served. Fine and court cost is $670, and your cost of incarceration. On the CT case, 19 CT 2265, as to the charge that you drove knowing your license was suspended or revoked, how do you wish to plead? You can plead no contest.
Yes, sir.
I'll accept the plea, find it was freely and voluntarily made. I will adjudicate you guilty of the charge. Sentence you to 60 days concurrent with the other case, also with 4 days credit time served. The fine and court cost on that will be $488. That takes care of both of the misdemeanor cases. PD will come see you before you go to court on the felony, all right?
All right. When do I have court one more time?
The felony then is coming back
8/12.
8/12, Judge.
August 12th.
All right, thank you.
And Your Honor, if I may.
Yes.
On 2019 NM1916, an information was filed in that case.
Right.
It was the petty theft second offense. For the clerk, the statute is 812.0141 and 812.0143, section 3B. Just want to make that clear on the record.
Okay.
Also strike on 19 CT 2265 719.
Right, and recall the capias on 1916. Okay. Antonio Molina.
Judge, Mr. Molina, he got 8 months on his felony battery. In this case, he has 37 days. We'd be asking for time served, no coin.
Any objection to that, Steve?
None, sir.
Antonio, you want to take time served on your misdemeanors?
Yes, sir.
Raise your right hand, please. Solemnly swear affirm, tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth.
So help me God.
State your name, please.
Antonio Molina.
Mr. Molina, you understand by entering pleas today, you give up the right to have a trial by jury, the right to confront the witnesses against you, the right to remain silent. Do you want to give up those rights so we can resolve this today?
Yes, sir.
Case number 19NM2030, it's the charge of count 1 of providing false name. How do you wish to plead? You can plead no contest.
No contest.
And the charge of count 2 of resisting without. How do you wish to plead? You can plead no contest.
No contest.
Accept those pleas, find they're freely and voluntarily made. Adjudicate you guilty on both charges. You said 37 days?
Yes, 37.
Adjudicate you guilty on both, sentence you to 37 days in the county jail on each, credit 37 served on each. Find the court cost on count 1 is $553, count 2 is $88, $100 for the public defender's office. I will not order a coin, as it was surely ordered in the circuit court. That takes care of your misdemeanors, Antonio.
All right, thank you very much, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Giovanni Arbini.
Judge, he pled on his battery over 65, got 1129. In this particular case, he has 61 days.
Any objections, State?
None, sir.
Very good. And Giovanni, you want to take time served on your misdemeanor?
Correct, yes.
Very good. You understand by entering a plea today, you give up the right to have a trial by jury, the right to confront the witnesses against you, the right to remain silent. Do you want to give up those rights so we can resolve this today?
Correct, yes.
Very good. Case number 19MM1656 as to the charge of providing false name. How do you wish to plead? You can plead no contest.
Yes.
Accept the plea, find it was freely and voluntarily made, I'll adjudicate you guilty. Sentence you to 61 days in the county jail, 61 days credit time served. Fine and court cost is $553. $100 for the public defender's office. Will not order coin as it was surely done in circuit court. So that takes care of your misdemeanors, Giovanni. Thank you, sir.
Someone quite a few.